Hi guys, if this is your first time here, my name is Holly. This channel is all about me living in my van, driving all over the US and Canada and making videos with my iPhone. I am going from being relatively untraveled and hopefully learning a lot along the way. And you're invited with me, so welcome if it is your first time here. If it isn't, then you probably know that I've been in New Orleans for a little over a week now, and I am actually headed on the road today, which is very bittersweet. I have a feeling I'm gonna get really good at goodbyes by the end of this trip because I have truly fallen in love with it here, and I'm quite sad to leave. But the winds of change are calling me, and I have other adventures to attend to. So I just wanted to make one quick stop before I left. So I am at City Park. It is massive. I've now realized that you could spend days here and still not experience everything. Now that I am leaving, I was really called to make this video just to oh, and there's a little train coming by. Oh, this place is adorable. I felt really inclined to recap my time here a little bit and just go over a short list of my favorite things and my least favorite things about New Orleans. As I already said, spoiler alert, I love it here, so the cons, in my opinion, were worth dealing with. However, they still exist. And that's where I want to start today's video, just because I would like to leave on a good note, since I am actually leaving, like, after I film this. So let's just dive right in. The first con that really bothered me while I was here was the quality of the streets. And being that I do drive most places, or even walking places, there were so many streets where I was just like holding on for dear life, hoping that my tire didn't pop. And so it just brought another level of paranoia to my time here, and the roads like actually are terrible. So that is something worth noting if you're considering renting a car versus staying like right in the French Quarter or something like that. Yeah, roads suck. The other thing that really sucks, number 2, is the water. It tastes so bad. I was so dead set on not buying water while I was here that I was like trying to triple filter my water, and then I switched to boiling my water and then putting it in the fridge, and it still tasted disgusting. I sliced up cucumber and lemon and put that in my water. I drank tea. No matter what, it tasted disgusting. And I don't know if people here are used to it, but I'm not. And it was disgusting. So I ended up purchasing distilled water for my last like 5 days, and I drank a little bit over a gallon a day. So it got expensive. I mean, it's not expensive, but it's not a cost that I want to spend. I mean, I would much rather just have one beer than 5 gallons of water, because I'm used to having water for free that I like. So water here is... And then the third con of my time here, it's partially a reputation thing, not necessarily what I experienced personally. So I've sort of lumped it into one, but just crime and poverty here is very evident. I have not had any problems personally with crime. Nothing got damaged, nothing got stolen. I never felt in danger. I felt really safe the whole time I've been here, but it's such a huge part of the reputation here that people are always telling you like how to stay safe and to just watch your back all the time, or like have a weapon on you. And even though it didn't affect me in a physical way, which I'm so grateful for that, but it still is always looming over your head that you're in one of the more dangerous cities in the country. And I'm lumping this with poverty because that was something that I did experience firsthand, where, you know, I am surrounded by the homeless. As I'm driving in my car or walking through the streets, I have to kind of see that, which it's sad, but then you also have to deal with some harassment. And honestly, from my personal experience, I think the homeless people in Chicago are way more aggressive with harassment. I thought that people here were relatively more respectful, but then you also saw, just like colonies of people living under bridges, and they're obviously junkies, and it's just really sad. It's really a terrible thing to see every day. Yeah, so I just wanted to lump the crime and the poverty together, just because I didn't really see any crime, but it still kind of affected my mindset just knowing that it's a thing. So yeah, those are my 3 cons, but I think it's time that we get to the good stuff, so. Okay, now for the good stuff. Now this was really, really hard for me to pick just 3 things that I love, so I may or may not have cheated a little. First is the stories. There is so much history here, and it's all very, very interesting. I didn't even do ghost tours or voodoo tours or anything like that, because I would love to reserve it for my next trip here, which I would love to be with friends, just to do the creepier stuff. I didn't really want to do it by myself, but there's still just so much history here, and there's just so much to learn, and I really do feel like I've only scratched the surface of that. Number 2, just to jump right ahead, would be the sights. I'll get a little bit more specific and say the architecture and the trees. Of course, the architecture is absolutely incredible and really unique to the area, and I think that's what makes it so special, is that you're walking through the French Quarter and seeing just rows and rows of this like style that I'd never get to see. And then of course the plantations. I mean, you really can't get any better than that. Talk about some incredible architecture. And then jumping ahead to more like the nature side, of course, I really enjoyed my swamp tour, but it's really the trees that do it for me here. The Spanish moss that just hangs off the trees, and the giant oaks. They're all over the city. Of course, going to Oak Alley Plantation was like a dream come true for me. And it just really, again, goes back to the age of the city, is that these trees have been here for generations and generations, and they've seen so much change, and yet here they are. They're still here, and it's amazing. I love the trees here. Not to mention, of course, the birds and the gators, and just there's so much natural beauty. By the way, happy Earth Day. The day that I am filming this video is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. What better way to honor it than to talk about all of the beauty that is here? And of course, the third and final and most wonderful part of this city is the people. There is this inherent kindness and warmth inside of a lot of the people here, most of the people here, and it's kind of that southern hospitality, but I think I feel like it's unique to this place. Just this really like wonderful pleasantness to people who are residents here. And I was fortunate enough to stay in a really nice neighborhood. It was the Broadmoor neighborhood, so I don't really know, but I would walk to the bus quite often, and every single person says hello and how are you, and it feels really genuine. And I met people on the bus even who were just really sweet, and in restaurants everywhere people would just have not a lot to say, but they just acknowledge that you're there and that you're a human, and it's really beautiful. And then on the other side, it's a tourist town, and a lot of people either just moved here or they are, on vacation, and then of course they're in a good mood. And so I really never felt lonely while I was here, which of course, is nice, being that I am traveling by myself. And I just, yeah, I really, really liked the people here. Everyone's awesome. And everyone's from like a different place too, which is cool. And it just creates that diversity that I don't think Minneapolis has, so I haven't had a lot of exposure to it. And all in all, it's quite humbling, really. I'm gonna give a bonus just because. So my bonus favorite thing here is just the abundance of things to see and do. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. The bugs. Come for the bugs. Bonus pro is just the fact that I've only scratched the surface of everything there is to do here, and I'm leaving knowing that there's going to be so much for me to do when I come back, and I absolutely want to come back here. It's time for me to move on and see new places and do new things, but I absolutely have to come back here. Come here to have a good time, you know? And here I am by myself, and I've had the time of my life. So I can only imagine how it will feel when I return here, probably with someone else or a group or something. But please share your favorite thing about New Orleans down in the comment section, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm pretty sad actually, now that I'm probably gonna grab some food and then head out. So it's all coming to an end. Sad. Like what? Okay. I will see you guys soon, and I will be in a new place.